Rough day?
You have no idea.
Let's talk about it.
Being a woman has its advantages, but it's not an easy ride. Balancing careers, relationships, motherhood, family, and life can be quite the challenge. Sometimes you have to be a lady, and sometimes you gotta be a broad. Welcome to the Two Broads from Boca, the place where we talk about all the things you think about but don't say out loud.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Two Broads from Boca. It is really hard to breathe, but we're getting ready for Red Nose Day on Thursday. And Joe, we look attractive. And I'm going to take this off in about a minute because I have dry mouth from breathing through my mouth. Do not put this on a child because not good. But yeah, so we have our little noses on. We're getting ready for Red Nose Day. Explain what Red Nose Day is to our
So you have time. It's this Thursday, and it's to end child poverty. Go to your local Walgreens and buy one of the red noses. Of course, you can donate more, but these are just $1.
$1.
Every little bit helps. And then you can take a selfie with your red nose on Thursday and do the hashtag Red Nose Day 2018 and show your support.
And post it on our page.
And look like a clown,
like a clown. Because we all clowns. All right, I'm taking it off now because I can't breathe. All right. Okay, there you go. So that's good. So how was the weekend? What'd you do?
Well, other than going around in my boat all weekend.
I had waterfront property. I really did. I'm not kidding.
This is like, first of all, I have no desire to do anything when it's like that because your mood, I feel like the energy, because there's no sun. I'm a sunshine girl. I need the sun.
I know, but it could be fun to stay in bed.
No, I mean, that part of it was okay after half a day. And then you're like,
I gotta stop this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know, it's been
terrible.
horrible. But, and then it's hard occupying everybody on what they want to do. And I started my cleanse.
How do you like it? Isn't it?
So I went through this rainy weekend with the cleanse.
She's all cleansed out, isn't she? Yeah, that's not
done. I still have a ways to go.
Yeah, but it's all right. It's fun. It is. It'll be okay. You'll be okay. I promise you, you'll be okay. I'm not kidding. Really, you'll be fine. It'll be good.
Feeling fabulous.
Yeah. It repeats on you a little bit.
A little bit. The 15 pills that you have to swallow.
No. But it's good. It's really good. It works. I will say that it works.
And you and Noah looked fantabulous.
We were dancing this weekend, and I'll post a picture on our page of me in my little dance outfit, and it was fun. We get the results tonight, whether we won anything. If we won anything, let me tell you something right now. Those poor judges need vision testing. But what the big thing this weekend was, Harry and Meghan tied the knot.
Which, by the way, it's the strangest thing. I don't know if it's the weather or what, but I did not plan on waking up. I was actually laughing at all the people that were having parties and drinking champagne at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I was awake because I had to go to the dance.
But I accidentally woke up and I was like, yeah, I'm up. I might as well watch it.
It was so good. I thought the coverage was so good.
It was so beautiful.
Oh, my God. Blake, put up the pictures, honey.
The whole thing.
But
I will say this.
What?
I am very disappointed in society as a whole, but women in particular that have bashed her and criticized this beautiful woman on her wedding day.
Like, I want to be her.
First of all,
she's gorgeous.
She could do whatever she wants. It's her wedding day.
But I have to say something. I'm going to be honest with you. All right, look at her. First of all, flawless.
Gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
Everybody says, she looks like she's wearing a napkin. Boring. Nurse, it doesn't fit.
No, but you have to. Some people said nurse.
I mean, they were ripping her.
I have to say one thing. First of all, the flowers were stunning. She was as happy as a clam.
But you know the meaning behind the flowers? Princess Diana.
I know. They did all the way.
The people were ripping on the flowers. What kind of bouquet is that?
But I got to be honest with you. I think that she looked appropriate for a woman who had a second marriage. I think she was very understated. She had to play it safe. You don't think Queen Bee had something to do with that too? Come on now.
She also came behind Kate. Not that.
Yeah,
Really
but
not that.
I
Yes.
gotta be honest with you.
And it
This
was
one
Kate's
here's
first
got a little
wedding.
bit now, but look at the second dress.
First of all, I mean,
Oh,
this
come
girl could look.
on.
This girl couldn't look bad in
In a
paper
napkin.
bag.
In a napkin.
So
I have to say,
they
the only
just looked very, very happy.
and you
They
know
looked
that's
like-
all that matters. And I
Right.
gotta say something. She makes him look good.
She does.
She's
They're
stunning.
very cute together.
She is
very cute together.
stunning, stunning. I thought the second dress was stunning. A little shoulder. You know, she was in front of the church. You know, I think
No,
she
very
was
appropriate.
absolutely appropriate. And the second, look at how gorgeous she looks in that
Gorgeous.
second dress.
I mean,
Put
she's
up the
got
family,
beautiful
Blake.
skin.
She's stunning. I want to be her. I'm like, I
The
seriously have.
carriage ride was amazing.
I am
She's very well
totally,
liked.
Hey, Eric, I am totally in love with her. That's my girl crush. Now look at this
Yeah,
happy
the
family.
kids were. That Princess Charlotte is. A
Can you
doll.
just eat her up? She's going to be trouble. I'm letting you
Cute.
know now. That one's going to be
But
trouble
I mean,
on
look
the
at the
tablet.
train. I mean, she just looks.
But Camilla's
beautiful.
hat, I got to say, Camilla did, she looked good, but it looked like a little bit of an antipasto platter. A little bit. A little bit. Kate looked very beautiful. She knew her place with her children. The Queen Mother, a
I know,
little
and they're
bit like
talking
a
online.
lime.
Who wears white on the day of the wedding? I go, it's yellow. Don't you see
Not
that
only
it's
that,
yellow? It's
if
not
that's
white.
what Megan wanted, but I will say they all, if you notice, except for
Well, 'cause
Camilla,
it's spring.
they all did variations
Pastel.
of the green and yellow, and pastels are in.
Right.
Camilla wore the pink because she was the mother, and she had that tray of antipasto on her head. But I still think she looked beautiful. I do.
They all
I
did.
really
It
do.
was
And
really-
Harry, come on, look how happy that son of a gun is.
I know.
Love him.
Did you
Love
see?
him.
Did you see him mouth to her? I'm so lucky.
I know, and then
You look amazing.
When,
I'm
I
so
know, and then when
lucky.
they first saw each other, she went hi, and he went hi. I
know,
was
they're
just
like
like,
two
oh
little
my
schoolgirl
god!
kids.
It
I
reminded
know,
me
it's
of when I got
adorable.
married. I'm not gonna lie, because that's what we did. I was so happy. My mother said I've never seen two people run to an aisle, down the aisle so fast.
Aw.
We were very happy.
Yeah,
But
and
as
that's
I
what I
said, we're
said.
now
And then all of a sudden, it came on these people.
I know.
Bashing
Katy Perry, not for
her.
nothing. I enjoy her. She needs to keep her mouth shut. First of all, she married that piece of work, Russell Brand. You need to shut up, sister. She just needs to shut it up. Yeah. She does. She needs to shut up. But I think they look. Camilla's hat looked like insulation. I like that, Eric. That is funny. I thought it was an antipasto tray, but like a little salami in there, a couple of olives. But I enjoyed her. But I have to be honest with you. I think that people, in general, need to shut up. Because first of all,
Well,
at the end of the day,
there's
do you
some-
think she cares?
wait a
She's a
second.
princess. What does she care what you're saying?
Exactly. She doesn't. She could do whatever
No,
she
I
wants.
think it was
but
very rude. And I think Juliana Rancic, who covered on E, and I enjoy her, but she really has to have
Yeah,
a
she gets
sandwich.
on my nerves.
She needs a sandwich. She does.
Yeah.
She's like as
But
as
what
you
I'm
are all
saying
looking
is,
at
with
my
all
lovely
the
big thighs.
with all the negative in the world, this was such a happy
Oh my
occasion.
God, it was so nice. I
Nat,
thought it
you
was
know,
beautiful.
internationally, and then then you still get those people
I
that
know.
just come out
But let's dish on the people that were there.
and bring the negative in. It's like
And
let's
Oprah
just
was
enjoy
there.
it for a day.
Oprah, I think she wore pink.
Yes, she did. Here you go.
No, let me just say this. I love
got
Oprah.
done
Oprah
saying.
can do nothing wrong, but
Well,
perhaps
she could do a lot wrong.
No, but that maybe she should have thought again about. She couldn't walk in her shoes. I felt so bad because I felt her pain.
Amal Clooney. That yellow was stunning.
Stunt, but another one you could vomit on her and she looks beautiful.
Beautiful.
who
No, I
else
loved
was in
looking
there?
at all the hats. It
Elton
was
John, I
so
remember seeing it. I
interesting.
love all the hats. I got to be honest with you. The Beatrice and Eugenie, the cousins.
Mm. Did they reveal where their honeymoon is or no? Because if I don't want to get bothered.
Oh, what do you know? The paparazzi's
Yeah.
gonna find out.
So
They're gonna all
cute.
find out. I thought the mother looked very beautiful. The girl's mother, Megan's mother, Doria. I thought she looked adorable.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the wedding. I
thought it was really
fabulous.
pretty, and I think that we should wish them well. And why am I hungry? Somebody said I'm hungry. Oh, because her hat looked like an antipasto. Ron Hess, I am not hungry. But that was funny. But you did. Somebody actually put that on Facebook.
I know. I
Right,
saw
was
it.
going on the
I
book.
saw the insulation one too.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
But I think it's awesome that they defied everything that they wanted to do, and he went way colored outside the lines, and he's happy. You know,
That's all
I give it 2 years. No, I'm
Oh,
only,
stop it!
I'm only,
No, this one I did
I'm only
seriously.
kidding. No, but it's a nice thing to see young people like that.
Well,
think so.
what I like about it too is now there's so many young people in there now, and that's going to be the last wedding for a long time if you think about it until
Yeah,
their
'cause-
kids. So it's nice to see some
Charlotte's going to give them a little trouble.
You know what I mean?
That's all I'm saying.
Adorable.
She is, though. She loves the camera, that one.
But I loved all the meaning that they had behind for
Diana.
For Diana.
That's
Even
nice.
the diamonds in her ring are from her ring.
Isn't that nice?
There were so many beautiful
Now my question
things.
is, if things don't work out, does she got to give back the tiara and the ring?
Oh, I'm sure the tiara's already gone.
You think?
Yeah, they probably
Well,
keep
Katie,
it
I
in
think,
their
wore the same
massive
one.
vault.
I think Katie wore the same one.
No.
They didn't? I thought it was the same.
Now she's Katie?
Yeah, we're friends.
You're friends.
Katie and I. But she looked good.
She didn't wear the same one.
I got to be honest with you, another one does not eat because you just had a baby like a few days ago and you like.
Looks like that after every one.
It's a shame.
Lucky.
No, I didn't look like that before.
Yeah,
That's the sad thing. No, but it's nice. I think they'll be cool because they're all in their 30s, so I think it'll be nice.
Yeah.
Kate and Megan are the same age, so that's nice.
Yeah.
So Kate.
And they're very well liked. They'll do a lot.
Yeah,
for
I think, and they like each other.
charities.
I think that they like each other.
People's
Notice
people.
that Harry married a woman older than him. Just saying, I started that trend. But yeah, no, I like that too. I think he's 32.
I see. I don't know his age.
I think
only
he's
knew
32.
hers.
If any of you know how old he is.
You want to take bets that the
I'm
honeymoon's they're gonna come out with a baby?
Oh, I think she already went down the aisle, impregnated.
You
I think.
think?
Oh, 100%.
Really?
Yeah, I will bet you 9 months from now pops out a
I
new
figured
prince.
the honeymoon.
But it's
for sure.
cool too because they have nothing to worry about. They're not even in the chain of who's going to be like prince. They can do whatever they want. They
No,
really
I didn't
can.
know his age though. I knew
think
he was
he's
younger,
32.
but I didn't know.
And she's got, she's 36. She's got to get on the baby wagon.
That's
train.
what I'm saying,
she's
yeah.
gotta- I
That's
think
why I don't think
the
she'll wait long.
honeymoon will have a honeymoon child, if not already down the aisle.
Yeah.
But God bless them, and I say,
Right.
chip, chip, and cheerio.
Yeah,
There you
cheerio.
go.
Good luck.
That's it. So tonight we have a very interesting guest. We have Natalie Hatjes, and I'm so proud that I can say her name. I practiced it all week, and she is a sexologist and a hypnotist. And we're going to talk about all with Harry's 33 and Megan's 36. All right, thank you, Eric. I thought he was 32. I was only off a year. Not bad. Still married an older woman. We're going to talk about how Natalie helps men and women with sexual issues, and not deviant, but I'm sure that too. But we're talking about we're making it clean here so we don't go to Facebook jail. And we're going to talk about how she uses hypnotism to help people from teens all the way to adults. So we're going to take a very, very quick break, and we'll be right back.
Hey, the two broads from Boca are taking a short break. We hope you're enjoying the show. You can find them here live on Facebook every Monday night at 7 p.m. And if you can't watch, you can hear the two broads on SoundCloud.com. You can also follow the two broads from Boca on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Want to talk about a topic? Leave the two broads your comments on their Facebook page or contact them at 2broadsfromboca@gmail.com. Let's rejoin the two broads from Boca and let's talk about it.
And we're
Welcome
back.
back.
There you go. Thank God for you because I'm always late. And we are back. I just want to remind you guys to like us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram because we are all there. Two Broads from Boca, number 2. But we'd like to introduce to you our lovely friend and someone I'll be speaking with frequently, Natalie Hatjes. Natalie, welcome to our lovely little show.
Thank you for having
And
me.
we're happy. So tell us about
We
this
were actually going to try to do this on the
air,
show.
but it takes a little.
I was willing to get hypnotized.
She was.
Kind of disappointed, but it's really too time consuming.
But maybe
so.
when you go and have it done, we can tape it and put it up as a little snippet. But
idea.
I've been hypnotized before.
You have?
I have. And
Yeah,
it's
I've
quite
never
lovely.
been.
It's
so
beautiful.
I
But
find it
Natalie,
very
tell us
interesting.
First, I'm going to be honest with you. I really want to get into the sex stuff.
Okay.
So let's talk about that. Explain to people exactly what a sexologist is. That you're not having people like fornicate in your office.
No.
Exactly.
So I do sex research. I was actually a data analyst in my past career. So I do a lot of that, and I bring it all together with one-on-one coaching, and the hypnosis actually brings like an extra layer of healing for
Okay.
people. So I really just talk to people, help them to reconnect with their body, restore femininity. For men, I do hypnosis for erectile dysfunction, and really just feeling comfortable in your own skin.
What happens if you have patients that come in and, for example, are both healthy, but the sex has left their relationship or they left their marriage? Or do you work with people like that?
Yeah. Yeah, so just getting them back to the basics, finding out where, at what point did the passion disappear,
Okay.
and find a way to get that back.
There you go. We have answers for everyone in that department. So what exactly goes on in a typical sexology session? Like, for example, I know that you work with a lot of patients who have like mastectomies or have had chemotherapy and their bodies have changed. What exactly do you do? And it's not just that, it's all kinds of sexual issues, but
So it's unique to each person because everyone
love
has
that.
a different background. And especially with my cancer survivors, they all had a different process, different surgery, a different, different medications, whatever process their doctor gave them.
Okay.
I sometimes call it a journey, but a lot of the survivors don't like to call it a journey.
Okay.
But from point A to point B, something happened. And so we figure out what that was, what's going on, and the most comfortable way for them. Because sex sometimes is uncomfortable.
It can be, yeah. It
Especially
can be.
for somebody who has zero libido, and anything that was supposed to be feminine, your hair, your breasts, it's gone.
Okay. That's a good point. That's a very, very
it's
good
very
point.
different with cancer survivors than it is with someone that comes in and says, "Hey, I've been with my partner for 10 years and
The
just not
passion's
feeling
gone,
it anymore."
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and the emotional aspect of it. I know we were talking off air a little bit, and I was asking Natalie a couple of questions about maybe how long, is it multiple sessions, and you had said it depends on
The
really
issue.
how ready you are when you come in. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
Yeah, and there's sometimes, like with the hypnosis, it depends on how open you are to change.
Right.
And then also, if you will allow me to relax, because I can't make you do anything you don't want to do.
Right.
So if you don't want to relax,
It's gonna
I
be
can
really hard.
imagine, there's a lot of people who cannot relax, or it takes them a really long time to
yeah,
relax.
it's the loss of control.
Yeah.
And
People don't want to give that up.
They don't, and they're scared because of all the media and the
you hear all
movies.
these
The
things.
new Get Out movie. Have you
I
seen
want to
Get
make
Out?
this clear. When you go see Natalie, you're not going to go into her office and she's not going to make you walk like a chicken or,
No.
bark like a dog or something.
Unless you want
Unless
to.
you want to.
If you want to, I can
and
do
if you
that.
want to, then maybe you need a little bit more than Natalie. But no, and I think that that's important because you do with many different things. What the media or what the world wants us to see is very different than what it actually is.
So it looks scary.
Exactly.
Or especially for someone who has abuse in their past, maybe they were sexually
Sure.
abused. I do work with them as well.
That's
and so they
amazing.
really don't want to relax because they feel like I'm going to put them to sleep and I'm going to do something or say something that
wow.
is really scary
Yeah.
for them.
Do you work with children also who have had issues with being touched inappropriately and stuff like that?
With the parents, not
With the
not
parents,
the children.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, because the parents have, there's healing that needs
Sure.
to happen there also.
I agree. That's
The kids could
insane.
benefit from it. I can do like audio CDs when they go to sleep. It's hard. Children are harder because they're fidgety.
Sure.
Oh, wow,
But
yeah.
but you can actually listen to it as you're going to sleep. You're kind of in that same
Zone.
state.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I like that. You talk about sexual affirmation cards, and I put Blake. Can you put some pictures up for us? Eric says, "Walking like a chicken." What about walking like an Egyptian? Love that song.
Practice some moves.
I don't know if that's politically correct anymore to even say, but I love that song. Okay, these are Natalie's affirmation cards, and explain your whole, what your affirmation cards are all about, and what you did, how you created these on your own.
Yes. So one of my clients has a history of sexual abuse, and when she comes in, we talk, and one day I said, you know what, I would really love, and we talk about affirmations. So I said, I'd really love for her to have a sexuality affirmation deck, assuming that is already out there.
Right.
So I'm looking, I'm going on Amazon, I'm Googling, nothing,
Nothing.
not one. So I made them. So I wrote some affirmations, and I originally had a whole different design I did myself, and then I realized that sometimes you just have to hand it over to somebody else. I can't be Superwoman all day, every day.
Right.
So I ended up hiring a designer to do this, and it came out beautiful. It's very
Really?
empowering and
So
feminine.
explain what these affirmation cards do
And how do you apply them to
life.
So I titled it, I have a program already called Reconnect, Restore, Reclaim. It's reconnecting with your body, restoring your femininity, and reclaiming your sexuality. So it's like a process. It's mind, body, and soul. It's all encompassing.
Love that.
So what it does is it has cards that will help you to kind of each day or whenever you feel drawn to them, you would pull it, and it's supposed to speak to you. Have you ever done an affirmation card before?
I have not.
Okay, so there's like power thought cards and affirmators. There's different sets, but these are focused on sexuality.
Okay.
And so it'll say, I'm comfortable in my body. Sexual pleasure is is a gift. It's something that I deserve. It's not dirty. It's not nasty. It doesn't make me bad. I'm not going to grow hair on my palms. Things like that.
Right.
A lot of people were
Notice
taught.
Blake's head went right up when he said hair on the palm. There you go.
A lot of us were taught that as kids.
Not
gonna
And
go
so we grow up
blind.
with a lot of shame and guilt. And then
And that's so sad because sex is so good.
Mhm.
And that's sad.
And we need, and especially with women, we were taught it's for reproduction.
Right.
That's the only reason you're supposed to have sex.
Well, that's bad. Next one. So as you can see, these are the cards, and this one says, "I believe in myself, I trust myself, and I make good decisions." I like that. I would like to put a poster like that in my house. Now, what is the picture attached to it? Well, it's just one of the cards.
That's okay.
It's okay.
So the picture attached is a body of flowers. There's an artist. I was looking for art that spoke to me that would help women that have been abused or have gone through some type of illness still feel feminine.
That looked beautiful.
Yeah,
It was.
very nice.
Yeah. So for someone who has had a mastectomy, there's flowers for breasts.
I love that.
So it's you're still a woman. You can still feel feminine by looking at this instead of having an actual woman's body. I thought
Right.
that was nice.
That is nice.
And I think you make a really good point, because coming from the medical standpoint, some people really have such an alteration in body image when something like that happens, because they identify themselves with breasts or hair or what those kind of things as being a woman. And some people are fine with it, but some people are not. Even with inside, when they have a total hysterectomy, they feel less than,
Something's
less
been taken from
desirable,
them.
right? Without their permission. So I understand that. I think it's really amazing. This is the what they come in, the
Yep,
restore.
that's the box. So it'll be a top lid and a
Beautiful.
bottom lid, and that card in the middle is there's like a little call to action at the end that will help everybody share. It's kind of like a little movement that helps women. Hey, this is an affirmation that worked for me, or this is one that I created on my own
I love
that has really
these.
helped me to heal, especially for women that have been abused. There's not a lot of healing. They don't want to talk about it.
And it's not just sexual abuse. I think you can use this for emotional abuse,
Emotional,
economic
mental,
abuse.
physical,
Exactly.
anything.
I think
any
that
woman,
that's awesome.
any woman could benefit from these, and just even women that don't know that they have healing to do.
Yeah. I
This
agree
kind of
with
starts that process.
Right.
You can take them down. What do you do about?
Well, there's so many other areas she covers, not just this.
Yeah.
Talking about normal things, like we were talking about weight management
Right.
issues, smoking.
But that's another thing. Women feel like when they go through certain stages of their life and they gain weight or they lose too much weight, they feel less than beautiful, less sexual. And that's a problem too, I think.
Yeah, it actually most of the time goes back to sexual health. There's such a huge connection with the weight loss. If somebody has a loss of libido, sometimes it's because they've gained weight, their body image is maybe not so great, and
know
not only
that.
that, but what they're putting into their body, they have a lack of energy, and the blood's not flowing, and if you don't have blood flow, then
Yeah,
nothing's
I
happening.
have to be honest with you. I was very upset when I stopped getting my period. I was like, this is a part of me that I'm not ready to surrender. And I had no involvement in making that decision. It was taken from me.
Yeah.
And it made me very, very, very upset for a while. I mean, I didn't want any kids. It had nothing to do with
Yeah,
kids.
it was just the
It was-
feeling of being a woman.
It was not good. I did not take it well. I did not. And then I kind of you have no choice. It's not coming back.
Yeah.
But
It's like you're losing your best friend, even though when you have it, you,
right.
you don't like it.
And then I think I told you I had a conversation with my son. He's like, when they were little, they used to see me because they were little, and they'd be like, why are you wearing that diaper? So I had to explain to them what that was. And then they were like, and then when like time had passed and David was still little and he's like, you're not wearing that diaper anymore. And I'm like, no. I said, I'm not doing that. He goes, well, you said that means we can have babies and now you can't have any more babies. I said, no. He goes, well, I wanted a sister named Samantha. I'm like, well, better luck next mother. That's all I can tell you. You know, but that bothered me because I couldn't do that for them.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't want to.
want
But I'm just saying, it was really
I was
like,
gonna say you didn't want to.
no, that ship sails, Sonny. But I just felt like, I kind of felt like I almost let everybody down. I know that's weird, but that's how I felt. So I can imagine if I'm feeling a weird emotion like that, there's got to be a lot of emotion. How do people get in touch with you that comes to you? Now, obviously, Natalie is here in Florida, but do you do
Virtual.
remote?
Yeah, I do
Okay.
virtual. A lot of my clients are virtual. So I have 2 different websites actually. So I have some lovechatwithnat.com, which is the sexuality portion, and then nataliehatjes.com.
Spell your name because nobody's going to know.
NATALIEHATJES.com, and that's for the hypnosis. And I'm on Instagram, Love Chat with Nat,
There you go.
Love chat with
and
Nat.
Facebook, and
I like that.
Love Chat with Nat.
I love that. I mean, how sweet is that?
Conversation. It opens the conversation.
Right.
And do you have a phone number that people can reach you at?
Yeah, it's 330-701-2642. But that's my cell phone, my personal cell phone. So you've got
Oh
it.
boy. There you go.
You've got it.
We have beautiful viewers who will call you, I'm sure. But
Natalie,
I think
how long have you been doing this?
So the sexual health I've been doing for 14 years.
Wow.
she
and
looks 12.
I
don't
know. I
Thank
can't
you.
believe that.
The hypnosis for a year when I was doing my PhD in clinical sexology, it was offered as a track, and
That's
so
a
I took it.
PhD in clinical
Almost.
So
sexology.
interesting.
I'm still taking classes.
Yeah, but still,
but yeah,
I
it's-
mean,
it's fun. It's
that's
interesting.
pretty cool.
Is it really intense when you're learning it? Because I
no,
really,
well, for me it's fun. It's all we're just talking about sex all day,
yeah,
can't
learning
I
about
just
all kinds
can't
of all
imagine.
kinds of things.
And is it really like one of those things where you just snap? Because I know we were going to talk a little bit about the actual process of
Yeah, I
what
wanna
it's
talk
See,
about
this
that.
this is why we couldn't even
Because
do
we have
that.
we have all these movies to go by.
No, it's true. Like
Where the people
you
are
can't,
like-
you hear stories like, okay, I'm going to go to a sex therapist, and then on television it's like they make you have sex in front of you.
It was that
and
movie. What is that movie with Paul? You guys know what I'm talking about? It wasn't
No,
Office Space, but where he goes to the group hypnosis with his girlfriend,
No.
and the guy has a heart attack and never finishes. the teacher, and then he ends up going to work the next day and he doesn't do anything, and he never shows up for work. It's the funniest movie. And then he actually gets a promotion.
Yes, I know that movie.
You know
I know
what
that
I'm
movie.
talking
It's with Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
I know that
It's
movie.
not Office
Yeah, it
Space.
was
Anybody
crazy.
at home knows what it is, and now it's going to bug me. But it's such a great movie because he never took off.
You
the
know what we're talking
hypnosis.
about.
I have to Google it.
I think it might
What
be.
is it?
Maybe it
Is it
is.
Office Space? I thought it was, but it's not.
I don't know. It was very
yeah,
funny.
you know what?
though.
It might be. Office Space, such a great
Put the
movie.
nose on. It was
Such
funny.
a great movie. But anyways,
But getting off that.
another visual I have of
Yeah.
hypnosis. But so talk a little bit about what the process is like.
So I don't do any touching, so that's why I can't do it quickly. But it's a
That's
deep
good.
relaxation, so it's guided, basically like a guided imagery, kind of like a meditation. And then once
You're
you
not
relax,
holding a watch in
no,
front of it.
I could.
I know.
Are your eyes closed?
Yep, your eyes are closed.
Okay.
You can do it open, but then eventually you're going to want to close your eyes just because you're so relaxed that you don't want to keep them open. So after you've relaxed fully and you kind of just feel like you're sinking into your chair, it's very calm, relaxing. And throughout the process, I remind you, you're relaxed, you're comfortable, you're in control, your mind is in control. If you want to wake up, you can. And then I do a deepener, maybe, which will take you even a little bit deeper. And then do the suggestions, which are positive suggestions.
Nobody's saying don't. I was corrected. Don't do this and don't do.
do
It's
that.
not like that.
It's more of just opening your eyes and your subconscious to what you can do. So you have to be open to it. Say you have, say you have anxiety around something or a lack of confidence. So I might take you back to a time where you felt really confident and you can like feel the feelings, at that moment when you felt so confident. And then it just gives your body and your brain that, yes, I can do this.
And I will say, I've
Oh,
been
I
in Natalie's
love
office. It
that.
is so, you literally just want to curl up. That chair was so awesome. You literally just want to curl up and like, go ahead, do whatever you want.
You
from
haven't
it.
shared this with me before.
No, it was really nice because when I went to talk to her about coming on the
Escape
show, it was it was really a beautiful office,
Thank you.
very zen. The chair that I sat in, I was like, I don't want to get up from here. It was really
It's relaxing. Yeah. Some people fall asleep.
Carla has told you that it's Office Space 1999.
Yeah, it's Office Space.
Thank
It
you,
is
Carla.
Office Space. What a great movie. So
You can
funny.
always depend on Carla. But I think that it's very cool that you're explaining this because people have this thing that you're going to zombie them out and they're going to go out
Gonna
and
make
go
them
make
do
murders
something.
and stuff. But it's not like that.
I
at
just
all.
think that's so wild that you can take someone back to that time and feel those feelings again that you haven't felt. That is just so.
Yeah.
You know how sometimes you talk about, oh, I remember that first time where you had your first kiss and you got those little
Oh, I love
butterflies
that.
in
Yeah,
your
it's like that.
stomach. You
That's
know,
the
that
best feeling. Do you
can't,
that
you
would
know.
that would be a cool thing, I think, like to if you're feeling not sexual, like what it would felt
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
you
I
did
take
feel.
you back to a time where it was really great, especially so for a woman, it's painful maybe. I'll take her back to a time that she can remember that it felt
Wasn't,
good
right.
instead.
Yeah.
And so it's just reconnecting her brain and her body saying, okay, this is pleasurable. This doesn't hurt.
So now, is there conversation going on from the person that you're hypnotizing? Like, do they speak at all?
Mm-mm.
No.
I
Not
like
with what I do. They don't speak.
All right, cool.
Regressions and stuff like that.
So now for men, same kind of concept, and because I don't want our male audience to feel like they're not involved either. But if they have either a sexual issue or they lose the passion for their mate or they have erectile dysfunction, you can go back to a time where maybe that was not an issue for them or they
Yeah.
felt the passion or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, and find out. So there is a little talking at the very first session, and maybe between or during each session, of trying to find out, well, what happened? Where were you mentally at this point in time? Was there something big that happened? Maybe a divorce, or somebody cheated, or there was maybe something that they remember. It could be something that they just don't remember at all. It might be
Okay.
something maybe from childhood that's all of a sudden creeping into adulthood.
Okay.
Yeah, that they don't even realize
that they don't even
is
realize.
causing an
Yeah.
issue. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Very.
That's very interesting.
So just letting go of anything that you're holding on to.
Wow.
Because when you're like anxious and you can feel it in your chest, you can feel some things there.
Okay.
Right.
What
It's like
about people
releasing
who decide
Wait,
that
I just want to finish
sorry.
first. So at the end, when you're done with the session and the person comes back to, I don't know what the right word, it's not consciousness.
Yeah, it's like just you're out of a hypnotic trance. You're
How do you
awakened,
feel after that?
refreshed, alert, maybe like very relaxed. It's like like I just
like after propofol? Good
yeah.
feeling.
It's like
Alrighty.
it's like a 2-hour nap. It's like a little power nap.
Wow. Oh, that's great.
I say sign
Good
up
nap.
now.
Take a nap.
chair.
Can you
nap,
stay in the
2-hour nap.
hypnotic state? That's what I would like. I'm hypnotic. I would just like to stay in there.
And you
I
can
go
do
home to our
self-hypnosis. So
teenagers
you
and
can
be
go
happy.
home and kind of just like put yourself back into that state of hypnosis, especially before bed if you have problems sleeping.
That's my life. Problem sleeping.
So how would you do that? You just think about it? Like,
Yeah, you just kind of. Well, I would teach you how to, but it's basically just putting yourself into that relaxed state
Oh my God.
and just like thinking like positive things. And I'm such a great sleeper.
Okay.
I love to relax.
oh, this is, how come I don't hear
Why
more
don't we
about
do
this?
because
This is
it's like
exciting.
taboo.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing. Like when you hear sex therapist
So, yeah,
and you hear
both.
hypnotic.
Sex is taboo,
Which is like
hypnosis is
taboo
taboo.
times 10.
Taboo
You know,
squared.
she's a sex therapist and she hypnotized you to have sex with ducks. I mean, that's pretty much what people are thinking. But I think it's really cool. I know people who have been hypnotized in the past, and for smoking cessation and for weight reduction, and they were very successful at it. I think it's something that is very untapped, and I think our minds as human beings are very untapped. It's like kind of like
we
a
only use a
cave.
very small
Some of us
percentage.
smaller than others.
Yes.
But I think it's something that is a very positive and not, I don't want to say like how people use herbs and stuff. It's not experimental. I
holistic,
think
yeah.
it's very, but it is holistic, and I think it's very well rounded, because the mind is a very funny thing, and there's a lot to be tapped into that we don't know about. And I think that people are very afraid to understand that their mind has a lot to do with their body. if that's not
Everything they're
right,
doing.
everything else is not right. And I think that that's important. And I think that the fact that you bring two things that are very auspicious for people and bringing them together, particularly women and men are very reluctant to share their inabilities or their difficulties with sex, whether they don't understand something or they feel that they're inadequate with their partner or they lost their feel for sex. I think it's a very taboo topic to begin with. And I always tell people, if you can have sex with somebody, why can't you talk to them about it?
Yeah,
And
you'd be surprised.
80% of my patients,
They don't want to talk
particularly
about
my cardiac patients, because they feel like, can I have sex again and stuff like that.
But they don't even
won't
want to
ta-
ask the
They
question.
won't even talk.
Yeah.
I bring it up all the time. I'm
Which is
like,
good.
okay, let's
Yeah.
talk about sex. And they're like, I'm like, well, you're asking it in your head, aren't you? And they're like,
That's your first question.
yeah. But it's
They don't want it
really
to be the first
important.
question.
And,
They
I
don't feel
tell
like
them,
it should be.
don't play the cardiac cripple role.
Yeah.
Let's work through this together. These are the things that you need to do so that you can still have a great sex life, and particularly men who have had large heart attacks, we tell them, you got to be on the bottom now. You got to enjoy that. And you got to take maybe nitroglycerin a little bit before you have sex. I had one man recently. No, it's true. I had one man recently. But that's what we tell them.
It's just as fun.
I had
I didn't know you gave that specific.
I am very
type of
specific.
instruction.
I had one man who was admitted to the hospital because he had his climax and then had a heart attack while he was having it on
Which
his
is
wife.
common.
And he was 75 years old, and he looked at me and he said, "Please don't tell me I can't have sex. It saved my life." I said, "Well, not today. It didn't. I did." But he started laughing. But we had to go through, and it was refreshing to have. And he was 75 years old, but it was really refreshing to have a patient like that who was so open about it. But he was really confident in his
The
sex
old
life.
men are most open.
But yeah, they are. But these young guys, they come
Viagra
in
did
at like
wonders for this whole generation.
But seriously, when you come in at 45 years old and he's like, I'm afraid my wife's going to leave me. I'm like, dude, it's all going to work. Don't worry about it. And you have to talk about certain medications and who can use Viagra, who can't use Viagra. And some of them don't need it. I call it stage fright. They're so afraid after having a heart attack to
feel confident.
go forward. You know, so it's hard. No pun intended. It is hard. It's difficult.
Come hard. You're hitting them all.
Humming and hard and all that stuff.
Really at it
I'm
tonight.
really at it tonight. I'm at my full force. To me and my nose are at it tonight. But I think what you do is invaluable, and I really think that not enough people make that step because you're married. I'm married 21 years. It can get very, very mundane and boring.
she's in menopause. In case you haven't
haven't
heard that yet.
By the way, we'll talk about that. I had the procedure, but I think that I think that people need to talk about it and they need to spice it up because you can literally let everything just go to the wayside. And I don't want to be that lady.
Yeah.
I saw a movie last night called The Book Club, and they talked about women of a certain age who are now still want to have sex and what they're up against, and a lot of them have body images. A lot of them lose a husband and they have never been with anybody else.
Right.
And they're afraid. So you have
That's the
fear,
biggest
you
thing I
have
hear,
body
yeah.
image issues, all those things. But it happens in your 20s too, particularly if you're a young woman who's never had sex and the expectation is that you must have had sex and you don't. It's really difficult to go out there and say I'm a virgin or I don't know what I'm doing. And men too. Men are just assumed that you're born ready to go and you've had sex right away. And I think that a lot of women don't realize that that's not the case. So I think what you're doing is invaluable. Thank you. It's a community service where I'm sitting. So tell people again how to get in touch with you.
My website is lovechatwithnat.com, nataliehatches.com, and I'll give my cell phone again, 330-701-2642.
There you go. So get your sex up and give this young lady a call. We'll put all your information on our page as well, so you'll be able to get your sex on. And she does things through virtually, so you can don't have to be in Florida to do that.
Check out her website because there's so many things.
It's awesome
that she does.
It's very, very awesome.
And the cards are on there also.
Yeah, I want to thank you so much for joining us. I hope you had a lovely time. And we'll be coming to the office.
I'd love to
That's
talk
all
about
I'm saying.
sex.
Hi, Kristen. Kristen's on. I love Kristen.
Hi, Kristen.
All right, so we're gonna close.
Hi,
tonight.
Molly.
Everybody's here. I'm so excited. And Michael Stark, boy, that is a flash.
Wait a second. We're not talking about the procedure.
No, we're not. You want to talk about the procedure?
You said you
All
wanted
right, we'll
to
talk about the I had the procedure. Blake dead.
The JJ is back in business.
My JJ is back in business. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for
No,
Noah.
I have to be on. Yes, he is too. I had the Mona Lisa touch procedure done last week, and I will tell you, I was very nervous, even though I'm a nurse practitioner and all. I was really nervous, and we had to have a little chat before anything was going on.
You're nervous because now you are the patient.
Yeah, and I don't like being on that side of the
Yeah.
bed. So, but she was really cool. Talked me through the whole thing. It was a little interesting because they kind of put like numbing cream there, and it was like, okay, I didn't feel anything, and then it was literally like 5 minutes. They just put this thing, and the laser does whatever it does, and you can't do anything for 3 days. There can be no sex for 3 days, and then it afterward, because it's a laser, it's very it burns.
Yeah.
It's like you have a UTI. So she told me to put Aquaphor, so I put Aquaphor, and it was fine. It was not anything bad. Without the Aquaphor, it was not fine, but with the
I could have
Aquaphor,
gone
it was
without
fine.
that Aquaphor visual.
Yeah,
but
it was fine with the Aquaphor. And then, no, I have to
We're
be
getting
honest.
down and dirty
No,
here.
I have to be honest with you. Urinating was a little difficult without the Aquaphor, but with the Aquaphor it was fine. And then it's funny because you know it hurts, but when it's numb, so you can't feel it when you're down. Like you're trying to what
Find
is
it.
going on down there?
Flashlight.
Trying to find it. Yeah, I was like, where'd you go?
Noah,
yeah,
can you help me
I
in
was like,
here?
hey, come on in here a minute. And he's like,
Kids?
and he just went like this. He was like, no, I'm not doing that.
No, all right.
But-
So seriously, are you done? Is that it?
No,
You gotta
it's,
do it
now I
again?
have to do it again in
Oh,
6 weeks
boy.
from now.
3
Yeah, but I
treatments,
think
right?
it's 3 treatments. But I got to tell you,
One did it.
I think so. I mean,
So why do you have to do 3 then?
I don't know, but I'm going to do it because I think if it was this good at 1, I can't imagine what it'll be at 3. I'd be riding a broom, for God's sake. It was awesome. It really was. It was nothing that I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a big deal, and it's nothing. So anybody who needs the vajayjay fixed, go. Dr. Rebecca Stern, she was amazing. I have to be honest with you.
Good.
She was really
I'm
amazing.
happy for you.
Yeah, I am too, all the way around. Everybody wins. It's a win-win situation.
Cheerio.
But yes, cheerio. Joe Schreibman is watching. Joe, no, you cannot watch that. That's my son. Joe, you're not supposed to watch
You heard me
this.
say kids.
I know.
What?
There you go.
No,
Oh,
no,
for
I
the
was
love
just
of
kidding
God.
on that part.
Joe, you're not ever allowed to watch this, ever at any time.
Don't replay that.
No. So there you go. I'm busted and
Alrighty.
disgusted right now.
I think he knows that you and Noah have sex.
No, I think he does too.
I
He
think he
laughs.
figured
He's
that
like
out.
he laughs about it all the time. He's like, so
I think
what
we're
are you,
okay.
what are you doing tonight? I'm like, Joe, you gotta go. I know what you're doing, and he walks away. He's very funny. But Joe, I love you. I just want everyone to know I love him very, very much. He's my favorite,
He's my
Fun.
favorite.
next to David, who's my other favorite son. That's all. But it would have been a lot easier to have a boy and a girl because you could say you're my favorite son, and you could mean it because it's the only son you have.
Yes, exactly.
There you go. But other than that,
Alrighty.
yeah, so we are going to say good night. And please watch us again. We'll see you next Monday. Like us on Facebook, Twitter,
Actually, we
Instagram.
will not see them
Oh,
next
we won't
Monday.
see you next Monday. We're
Memorial
going to have
Day.
a best of.
We're taking the day
We
off.
are taking the day off, but you know us. We'll be coming on live here and there. But I'll be at a baseball tournament. You'll probably be at the beach or drowning in the ocean.
No,
here
I'll be
with
on my
us.
boat. The
Yeah, on a
canoe.
boat, yeah, in the canoe. But definitely, we'll do a best of show on Monday because it's Labor Day, so we want to, Memorial Day, so we want to wish you a very happy Memorial Day and enjoy your day off. But you'll see us; there'll be snippets, I promise. So have a good weekend, have a good week. Blake, thank you so much for tolerating us.
Natalie.
evening.
Thank you.
Natalie, thank you so much, and
Thank
we
you
hope
so
that you
much for
come
having
back,
me.
and we'll be seeing you in the office.
Okay.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye,
and we'll see you in
everybody.
2 weeks, but tune in next week for the best of.
Thank you for joining the Two Broads from Boca. You can see us live every Monday at 7 p.m. on Facebook. See you next week, and remember, keep it classy, sassy, and a little smartassy.